Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Wednesday. Yes. We haven't said this in a while. Tony's favorite day of the week. Yankees win. Mets win. Football tomorrow. Divisional previews today. Everything, Tony, I guess you could say, is copacetic.
That's right,
How
dude.
you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Like you said, a lot to get to today. A lot of excitement, dude. Football this weekend. Gonna get kind of crazy, I feel, dude. I don't know. Again, we were saying yesterday, it feels like forever since we've had football. Very stoked for the season, obviously, as a Jet fan, but also just, storylines across the board, dude. Like, totally dialed in. Obviously Rick and Dave this morning too, getting me pretty hyped up for it. And obviously the Mets huge win last night. Dude, what is not to be excited about today?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Yankees getting the job done in Houston. I'm obviously elated to talk about that. It was just such a big win. Max Fried, looks like the AC was at the beginning of the year. So a lot to get into on that front.
Oh, yeah.
But I do see we do have a few comments if we want to start there.
Yeah, dude, as we typically do. Let's go, dude. Ernie's number one buddy, that is Michael Buck, says, man, oh man, I was smoking Kev Poo in the Discord live call yesterday. Were you in?
Yes, I
in?
was.
Yeah,
it was great. And it's just funny too, because Kev do, like, for the Michael Bucket chirps, he doesn't really say much, which is great. He's like, Bucket, you haven't seen it. But a very, like, dialed back Kev
right,
do. Would you like to see a humbled Kev do? So that was funny. And I have to say, kudos to Michael Butka. Definitely a little more relaxed version of him yesterday. And I was even saying, dude. Michael, you just let JD do his thing, when you want to chirp in. Go ahead. So kudos to Michael Bucket. Definitely did a great job yesterday.
Yeah, he says, thank God you were in the chat. Who knows what would have happened, Brian?
There you go.
And he says, Kev Do looks like Captain Hook, honestly, LOL, which is actually kind of funny because he does, actually. And we have John Pollock in here saying, I'm died, or I guess he means I'm dead. And he says, congrats on the Mets winning again. I was thinking about John Pollock all night last night, to be honest, dude. Because I feel like we didn't hear from him yesterday, right?
If we did, it was brief.
It was brief,
if at all.
So, I mean, obviously I would be a little upset too right now. Because boy, dude, did the Tigers been getting mashed.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, what the deal is there. I mean, obviously, they're still gonna be the division winners. But it's just like, I don't know if like kind of stuff caught up to them. And we were talking about that lineup yesterday. I know they've scored a decent amount of runs here. But yeah, maybe they were playing a little over their heads. So just going to be interesting to see if they can gain any type of momentum, without, before the playoffs start.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. Like you said, I mean, even tonight, today's game, I should say, is 1:00 start. We'll get to it, I'm sure. We get to an MLB segment. But I don't know, man. I mean, it's crazy to me because it just seems like right now, we talked about Tigers relying on pitching all year long, great pitching that is. And obviously you think of these first two starts with the Mets. I mean, Charlie Morton and then like some type of bullpen game. I mean, it didn't, I guess maybe line up great for them in terms of this series. We'll see what happens with Mize tonight, but it's pretty funny. I don't know if you are aware. I'm sure John Pollock can talk a little bit more to this. But watching these two games, obviously, I was watching on Stream East here in the studio, whatever. So I get the away. I always get the home broadcast on Stream East. So it's the Detroit guys. And I don't know their names. I should have wrote it down or remembered. But they're absolute clowns, these two guys, dude. Yeah, well, not like in a bad way. I guess it's kind of like in a funny way.
Always joking around.
Yeah, always joking around. I mean, I guess if I had to listen to it every night, I'd be a little tight. But they're always joking around, dude. Like sometimes just not even really like, dialed in on the game. But last night they were just absolutely just in awe of Noah McLean. So, it was actually pretty funny. And it was even, dude, they said it on the broadcast, dude. I mean, Of all the great pitching they've seen this season, in Detroit, I mean, last night's performance by Nolan McLean was like one of the best, which, I mean, he's been great, dude. It's been really just like a, total bright spot.
Yeah. I mean, nothing's more exciting when you call up a top prospect for the minors and he delivers right away. I mean, how many times do we not see that? How many times is a guy option back down, or, you're all excited and then it's 9 earned?
Yeah.
For him, is it 4 starts or 5 starts?
4 starts.
4 starts. 4-0.
4-0.
Yeah. I mean, that's
never happened before in Mets organizational history. And
I
think like through his first 4 starts, I forget how many Ks it is, but he's second all time under, Nolan Ryan. So it's
wow.
Like, let's go, dude.
Yeah. So that's exciting, stuff for sure. So a lot of baseball to get to, but we did mention, the NFL season starting tomorrow. So
yeah, baby.
AFC today,
that's right.
NFC tomorrow. So let's jump into the world of the National Football League.
This kid is special, man. Just think to do that.
Gonna run for it. He got it, and there he goes. Oh, the play of the year in the NFL. Throws intercepted by Surtain. Nobody's gonna catch him. Jones to the end zone. Touchdown.
Quincy Williams leveling Murray.
There he goes. Jamar Chase.
Not yet.
Touchdown Bengals. Stafford. Williams. What a hit by Buda Baker. Buda Baker just saved a touchdown.
Today's show is brought to you by Velvet Llama, premium canned cocktails crafted by NYC bartenders with a playful spirit. Enjoy their award-winning espresso martini with Italian espresso and chocolate notes, the crisp Moscow Mule with Nigerian ginger, or the spicy margarita with organic agave and jalapeno. These ready-to-drink treats are made with the finest ingredients. Grab yours at velvetllama.com and ride the smooth wave with Velvet Llama. And let me tell you, Tony, it was tough not to want to have a couple, maybe chug a Velvet Llama after the Yankee win last night. But I know we're talking about football. I'm just saying, I definitely was amped up for that one.
Likewise, dude. Likewise.
Yeah. So love that, and we haven't done one of those in a while too. So we're on pace there.
What, chugging a Velvet Llama?
No, I just hit the the microphone stand, which obviously facetious. We get it. But anyway, so we're talking AFC. Obviously, the last 3 years, the AFC, has been represented by Kansas City in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And we've seen all different versions of that team over the last couple of years. Obviously, that run ending, getting beat down by the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. But, of course, you bring back Mahomes, you bring back Andy Reid, you bring back Chris Jones, and you're looking to get back there again. So it'll just be interesting to see who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl this year. But let's start with the divisions. Who's coming out of the divisions? So we'll do order of finish, and we'll start in a place near home. Of course, the AFC East. So you got the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets. And I guess, if you want to just kind of make it official, we could do win-loss record, obviously, of the 17 games. And also, I guess they're still going to run tests in that. But it looks like Elijah Vera Tucker, the guard for the Jets, the Pro Bowl guard, significant arm injury. So not the way you want to start a Wednesday morning there, for the Jets. So just wanted to put that out there. But of course, the Bills have dominated this division of recent, taking hold of that from the Patriots, who had done so before them. But that being said, what are we thinking here? Wins, losses, and I guess you want to start from the top down. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess top down. I mean, you said it, dude. Bills looking to win this division again. It'll be the 6th year in a row. And I don't know, man. I feel like this AFC East is, I don't know. I mean, I hate to just be like it's chalk, but I mean, it's just, I think there's no competition for the Bills this year. I mean, Josh Allen, obviously, MVP. We know, dude. They've been knocking on the door of making a deep run into the playoffs. So, I mean, I got them winning the division for the 6th year in a row, 14-3 record. They got a pretty easy schedule as well. So, I mean, I feel like not to be like this is going to be a breeze guy, but I think this is going to be a breeze for the Bills. So give me 14-3, easy money there for the divisional lead here. And then I guess this is where maybe people may, shake their heads at me, Brian. But I got Jets coming in at number 2, dude, 8-9, Brian.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't know. I'm expecting a lot of Justin Fields, and I think you can kind of figure out maybe some kind of short run routes. Obviously, the RPO will be heavily in play. But Mason Taylor, that rookie tight end, I'm imagining he's gonna come into play a lot this season. Obviously, Wilson downfield when he can connect, I think will be there. And I think, Braylon Allen, Breece Hall, I mean, the running game is going to be really, really good. Obviously, hopefully, you want some good blockers in front of you there. But I still got them sneaking by here. 8 wins, 9 losses, 8-9, second in the division. And then I have Miami at third at 6-11. I don't know, dude. It just seems like to me, Tyreek Hill, is Tua even going to be healthy? Hill doesn't seem to be happy. It's like, I don't know. I can see this team like kind of falling apart by week 7, just like from the insides. Zach Wilson maybe even starting. Like, yeah, you pick up Minka Fitzpatrick. Maybe he has a bounce back year on defense, interceptions. Cool. But you're in there at third, 6-11. I don't really see much success there. Then I have the Pats at 5-12. Again, another one where I kind of question what Vrabel's doing over there. But also, I don't know. I mean, last year they just didn't really have the targets. I know maybe this year could be a little bit better. I know some people that I know who are, mostly Patriots fans do believe that they're going to be like a surprisingly sneaky good team, but I got them in at last division in the East, 5-12, dude.
Wow. All right. So yes. So you said it's 6 years in a row for the Bills?
It would be the 6th year in a row.
Oh, this would be. Okay. Yeah. So I definitely agree with you there. I think a big season. I'll say 13-4. I mean, that's still a really good record.
Oh, yeah.
By having 4 losses. I just think Josh Allen, we've seen the different cast of characters over the last couple of years. It doesn't matter who he's working with. He makes it happen. They definitely win the AFC East. Second place, I will go with Miami, and I know, your concerns to no. I mean, I think if Zach Wilson has to start some games, then forget about it. But I'm assuming Tua stays in there, starts at least 14 games.
Right.
I think they win 9 of them. So 9-8. I think the offense will be good, defense spotty. And then third place, I will go with the Jets. But I'm gonna say 7-10. A good running game, good defense, but I think ultimately, Fields, maybe he gets Garrett Wilson as 1,000 yards receiving. Other than that, though, I think he just struggles with the key throws, the tight windows, and that prevents them from having a winning record. So Jets in third at 7-10. And then I'll say the Patriots right behind him, 6-11, kind of similar circumstances. However, I think Drake May will be a decent quarterback. I just don't think they're ready just yet, but I think, they did the right thing bringing in Mike Vrabel there. So Patriots bringing up the rear at 6-11. So, and I would say this is a one bid playoff division here. I think the 9-8 is not good enough for Miami. On to the AFC North. So you got the Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Baltimore Ravens, who won the division last year. Obviously Bengals coming off the non-playoff year, and the Browns coming off one of the years that we're very familiar with when it comes to the Cleveland Browns. But what are your thoughts here, Tony?
Again, I'm going to go Ravens winning this division. I mean, they're another team that's been kind of knocking on the door of a Super Bowl appearance, to be honest. But the Ravens here, I mean, we know about the running game, the passing game, Lamar, Flowers, Mark Andrews could probably have a good year too, tight end. And obviously their defense is going to be pretty stout. So I really can't see them not winning this division. I got them going in 12-5. Maybe, a couple, as we've seen, maybe once or twice this year, you have a fourth quarter breakdown or something like that, but they still win the division at 12-5. I do have the Bengals kind of bouncing back, having the 10-7 season. We know about Burrow, last season leading the league in multiple offensive categories there in terms of the quarterback position. And I am anticipating him and Jamar Chase having a record-breaking season. And I think the big question for the Bengals is going to be their defense. They got run all over last year. They grabbed TJ Slayton, I think, the defensive end from the Packers. I mean, that's in hopes of bolstering some of the defense there. I don't know how much it's going to help, but obviously, with the Bengals, they'll be able to outscore most teams, I feel. So give me the Bengals, second place here in the North, 10-7. I got Pittsburgh At 8-9, dude, maybe having a little bit of a down year. I'm going to say, and I believe this would be probably the 7th time, I think, in Tomlin's career with the Steelers will be missing the playoffs. So you're going to
would be the first time under 500.
First time under 500. That's right.
Yes, yeah, so very bold.
It is very bold, dude. All right. I think Rodgers not happy. I think that their running game is going to be solid. They got that rookie running back. I forget his name.
Johnson.
Yes.
Keon or something.
Yeah, something like that. Obviously, without Najee Harris. But
Jalen
Warren, who I think will probably try to prove himself this year
DK
too.
Metcalf,
which is huge. But I just I question Rodgers. At this point, obviously he has some good pieces there. And again, I mean, I feel like he can do well. I have bright spots. He's still a great quarterback, great mind.
Just quickly, I'm just asking a quick question here. I'm just thinking about Rodgers. Do you think, though, that he will be better of the sum of the parts last year between, Fields and Wilson?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think his, chemistry with DK, I mean, that's going to be huge. That guy is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a huge pickup this offseason for them. So, again, they could be sneaky good, but I don't know, man. I mean, think of I think they were better off last year, to be honest. And maybe that's just me right now, but I got them in 8-9. Obviously, it's a tough division too. I'm counting on the Bengals bouncing back. I'm not going to say the Steelers are going to be bad by any means. I guess 8-9, pretty solid. But still, they're third there. I just don't think they'll be able to hang with the Ravens or the Bengals this season. Then Cleveland. I mean, who are they hanging with? They're 5-12, last of the division. Flacco, cool, the arm. Deep throws, Stefanski, but yeah,
season probably first coach fired.
Probably, dude. And I mean, has
Shador.
he even had a winning record with the Brett? No,
yeah, he was coach of the year twice.
Oh, he's coach of the year, really?
Twice,
dude?
Yes.
Jeez. Well, fall from grace for him.
You don't remember Flacco starting the playoff game?
Yes, I do.
A couple years ago.
Pretty wild, dude, to think about that. But in any case, dude, they're gonna be 5-12. No good, nothing good there. See you later.
All right. So for me here, I'm gonna switch things up at the top. You mentioned you had the Ravens. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I think they're reloaded. They're ready to go. You mentioned the Burrow-Chase combination, which was historic last year, and I really do believe that team was so hot second half. If they had gotten in, they might have been able to make a run and maybe knock out the Chiefs, who they've had success against. So I think a big bounce back season for them. And don't overlook. I know a lot of times we're talking football. What are we talking about? We're talking about offense. We're not talking about defense. But the Bengals, letting go of longtime defensive coordinator Lou Amarillo, going with Al Golden. Now, Al Golden at one time was the Temple football coach, the University of Miami football coach, and last year won I believe it's the Broyles Award as the top assistant coach in college football, was a defensive coordinator for Notre Dame, who we know lost in the national championship game to Ohio State. He comes over to Cincinnati. I think he'll have that defense prepared in miles ahead of a defense that was historically bad last year. So you think about that. Think about what Burrow is going to do. So I have the Bengals winning 12 games. So we'll say the Bengals will go 12-5, first place in the AFC North. I will say the Ravens second. I think they are going to go 10-7. I think a strong running game, but the question is going to be, what's Lamar going to do in the playoffs? And Harbaugh has not gotten them over the hump in a while. So this is a big year for him. Who knows? You could see maybe Steve Bisciotti moving in a different direction if they fail again in the playoffs. And then third in the division, we'll go with the Steelers. I'm going to say 9-8. I like the Rodgers Metcalf connection. I think it is an upgrade from last year. But like you said, I think it just is a tough division. So I think they will kind of just beat each other up. But once again, Tomlin getting over 500. Might be on the outside looking in for the wild card. We'll take a look at the other divisions. But last place, Browns. You mentioned Stefanski canned. I'm going to say they go 3-14. I think it just the bottom falls out. Maybe they decide on their future quarterback, whether that's Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders. But that's what I have for the AFC North. On to the AFC South. Last year, we saw the Houston Texans win this division. Obviously, we're banged up. Shelled himself come playoff time. And then you also have the Colts, going with Daniel Jones at quarterback. The Jacksonville Jaguars, going with Liam Cohen, a head coach. Will Trevor Lawrence be revitalized? And then number one overall pick in the draft, Cam Ward, Tennessee. Brian Callahan, the quote-unquote quarterback whisperer. What's he going to do? So Definitely been probably the most mediocre division in the AFC, if not in the whole NFL. I would say over the past 10 years or so. And it's just interesting. What do the Texans do? Kind of that disappointing sophomore year. Obviously, a lot of weapons were lost there for CJ Stroud last year. So going to be interesting. But what do you see happening over there in the AFC South?
Oh, dude, it is tough, this one. It's odd. I mean, you mentioned how bad this division has been. I think I read a stat where there's been, in any other division, there hasn't been as many coach and QB1 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we're seeing some of that even this year too. But I still got Houston coming in at first for the AFC South. I'm going to say they win this division at 9-8, which is pretty wild when you think about it. But, you mentioned the weapons that were lost for CJ Stroud last year. Obviously, Tank Dell was one of them. Diggs was one of them as well. Two big receivers. Certainly that Stroud could have been hitting, and they still ended up winning the division. So I feel like maybe a little retooling. Obviously, Nico Collins, hopefully going to have a good year, as what I am anticipating. So I say they take it at 9-8. Jags coming in here at 2 at 8 and 9. Again, I don't know, man. I just feel bad for Trevor Lawrence. I feel like he was just kind of put in a tough spot. You think about, when he came into the league, how much success he had in college and high school, never losing games, this and that.
And then he's got Urban Meyer grabbing ass.
Oh my God. I mean, it's so tough, dude. Another coaching turnover for him here.
Yeah.
Yes, will be good. I mean, probably for him. But I don't know, man.
Baker's guy.
Yeah, it is Baker's guy, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you'll say too, but I don't know if they really have the pieces around Trevor Lawrence to really, have a competitive season necessarily. Still, 8 and 9 will be respectable. Travis Etienne, I'm sure will be pretty solid. I forget what other veteran, like either tight end or receiver they picked up. Doesn't really matter. They're gonna be at 8 and 9 here. I guess I'm gonna go with. It's kind of tough between these last two. I guess I'm gonna go Colts 6 and 11 here. Third in the division. I mean, Daniel Jones, dude, probably, maybe. I mean, again, who knows? Maybe Jones figures something out, I guess, for Indianapolis. But regardless, I mean, I don't think it's going to be anything good for the Colts here. Give me 6 and 11. That leaves the Titans at last place. I'll say 5 and 12. I guess a close last place, if you want to say that. Tony Pollard, good year. I forget what other rookie running back they have. But I don't know. I mean, I think there's questions all around the Tennessee organization there, that they're gonna probably have to face at the end of this season. So yeah, that's my AFC South. Nothing crazy.
All right. And for me here, I'm gonna do a little bit of a curveball. We're gonna say the
Titans.
Jacksonville Jaguars are gonna win this division. I really believe Liam Cohen. Yes, we know the press conference, Duval, all
Not
that.
good.
But Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. I understand he's looked like shit. Last what you want to call it 2 years. That's fine. But I think he gets him going. He uses his weapons wisely. Travis Hunter, obviously their first round pick this year. I think he's going to be involved very much so on both the offense and the defensive side of the ball. Travis Etienne, a down year last year, but I think he is an outstanding pass catcher. Liam Cohen will know how to use him. Plus, they have Tank Bigsby, who kind of, had some bright spots last year. Plus, they have a rookie running back whose name I probably am going to have a tough time pronouncing here, but we're going to say Bahashal Tutin. So there's some hype around him. Brenton Strange at tight end. They're saying he can be kind of similar to what the Bucs had last year with Cade Otton at the tight end position. So you think about that. You think the defense, I think, will be okay. You still have Josh Hines-Allen there. I think he's the leader of this defense. We'll see if Eric Armstrong and Travon Walker, what they can bring, but could be possibly an underrated unit. We'll see. So I'm going to have them winning the division. I'm going to say 10 and 7. I think the offense carries them definitely. Trevor Lawrence, possibly comeback player of the year. We will say the Texans in second, 9 and 8. I think, unfortunately for them, they missed the playoffs. Tank Dell out for the season. Joe Mixon starting on the physically unable to perform list. So I think he's just down some key cogs, and I think that's going to come back to bite when it comes to playoff time. I'm going to say the Colts will be in third. I'm going to say 7 and 10. I think Jonathan Taylor, great. Michael Pittman, good. Daniel Jones, not. Maybe they go back to Anthony Richardson at some point. But 7 and 10 for them. And then I think the Titans, I'm going to say 4 and 13 there. Cam Ward probably looks pretty good.
Mhm.
Tony Pollard, good for fantasy for our sakes, hopefully. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's too much to be excited about. And then lastly, possibly, if not but one of the most competitive divisions of football. Chiefs have had a stranglehold, of course. Do you know what the number is? I mean, it's got to be eight.
This would be their 10th year if they won.
10th. Wow. I mean, that's like a Patriot run in the AFC West. And then Denver, the surprise, the playoffs last year. Harbaugh, the playoffs last year as well. So those teams are back at it. And then the Raiders. I mean, probably I'm going to pick them last, but I will say best thing that organization has done since they made the Super Bowl back after the 2002 season, Tony, bringing in Pete Carroll. Changing the tone in that locker room. And I think Austin Gentry is going to be exciting. And also Carroll likes Geno Smith. So don't be surprised if that works out to an extent. But your AFC West, what are we talking here?
I mean, listen, how am I going to not go with the Chiefs? Give me the 10 in a row. Give me the Chiefs here. I mean, you look at how much of a down year they had last season. They made the Super Bowl, so it's like,
yeah,
it's kind of crazy. I don't care. Another year older, it doesn't really matter at this point for certain players. Like, they're just going to find ways to win games, game-ending blocking a field goal even. They'll figure it out, dude. They're 14-3. They're running it back 10 years in a row. You said it, dude. Chokehold on the AFC West, second place. Again, kind of running it back from last year. Give me the Chargers. Obviously Justin Herbert, great quarterback. We know about the coaching, the young wide receiving core. They added Keenan Allen, veteran guy, multiple seasons, over 1,000 receiving yards. So that's going to be great. Kind of really be the rock, I guess, of the receiving core, you could say. And again, I just feel like Chargers is another team where it kind of seems like their time to be competitive. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see what happens when they come into the playoffs, because I do believe they will. But give me the Chargers here. I'll say second in the division at 10-7. Thank you, Renee.
Renee, very stylish today.
Very like on the boat, beach.
What time do we set sail, Captain?
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, New York City street style, yeah. Nautical, very nautical.
Yes.
So I guess that would give me, I'm going to say Denver, also 10-7, but comes in third in this division. I don't know what that would come down to, the divisional records, whatever.
And then be careful with the Raiders with Kev.
No. I'm sorry, Kevin. Process of elimination at this point. I mean, Denver, I like Bo Nix, Peyton Smart, good guy, it seems. Cortland Sutton. I guess they have some running back, RJ Harvey, rookie, and then Dobbins, right? Is their other running back. Peyton loves to run the ball. Bo Nix to look good. I say they're also 10-7, surprising. And then, that would leave the Raiders here, fourth place. I'll give them respectable 7-10 here. Okay. So I think Kev, you should be happy with that, given, honestly, the state of affairs over there. So there we go, dude. Your AFC from Tony.
Wow. Okay. For me, I'm going to go with the 10 with the Chiefs. I think a 12-5 seems about right for Mahomes and the fellas. That's another team. Some of the cast of characters change, but some of them remain the same. I mean, you think about the stalwarts of Mahomes, of Kelsey, of Jones, of Andy Reid. They're going to be ready to go and be the team that we've seen for the last decade.
Taylor Swift.
I am going to say second place. Give me the Chargers, okay? Love Harbaugh, big Harbaugh guy. I know, the Ohio State fans or even some of the Michigan fans, the recruiting violations, cheating, whatever.
Kind of sketchy.
But I think he's a great coach. I think Justin Herbert, next level this season. 20 touchdowns, 3 picks last year, but didn't throw the ball a lot. Excuse me. But I think they are going to do more of that this year. I like their defense. They brought back Keenan Allen on offense as well, which is interesting.
Like that.
Ladd McConkey was great as a rookie last year. You have Quentin Johnson, the former first rounder. And then you drafted a Marion Hampton from North Carolina. Plus you brought in, plus you brought in Najee Harris. So I think the running game will be strong. Harbaugh likes to run the ball. Mekhi Becton supposedly has been turning heads at guard.
You think so?
In practice, yeah. They're expecting a big year out of him.
All
right. So a lot of talk about the Chargers. They always blow it. Not impressed. This and that. No, the Chargers are gonna have a good year. I'm gonna actually say they go 11-6. So second place, obviously in the wild card slot there. And then third place here, I'm going to go with Denver. I think 9-8, might be one of like a CJ Stroud like year for them. Like good, but like that magic, that sneaking up on the opponents isn't going to be there after a successful playoff run in year one. But that will, with a tiebreaker, get them that last wild card spot in the AFC. And then, like you mentioned, the Raiders, respectable, Kev. I'm going to even take it a step further. I'm going to go 8-9, Tony. I think Geno, Genti could win Rookie of the Year. And then Brock Bowers, who was the Rookie of the Year last year. So I think the offense, there's a lot to like. The defense will need to improve, but it's a step in the right direction. The culture is fixed for the first time since 2003. So you love that, and that's your AFC preview. I guess to take it a step further, and we'll talk about the prediction of that game tomorrow. But who is your representative in the Super Bowl with the AFC?
Oh man, dude, that's tough. I'm gonna go with Buffalo this year.
Wow, been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Obviously, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It seems like they're a year, I mean, I know I was just waxing poetic. The Chiefs down year, they still make it, whatever. But I think there's going to be some magic with the Bills this year. Honestly, I'm not even sure if the Chiefs will even make the divisional championship, to be honest. I guess we'll see.
Conference championship, I think.
Conference championship.
Yeah.
Sorry. Whatchamacallit? I feel like maybe the Bengals could be in there with the Bills, but I say the Bills take it, dude. They're going to be representing the AFC.
For sake of change and just for the fact that, it is hard to make a Super Bowl 4 years in a row. So I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think they're pissed off last year. Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow, monkey on the back. They got the Hendrickson deal done, as well as the Chase and Higgins deals. And it's just like, I think they have a lot. I think they're ready. I think they're disappointed with last year. So I'm going to put them in the Super Bowl. I think they beat the Chiefs in an epic, AFC Championship game.
Epic, dude.
It's going to be an epic preview tomorrow, of the NFC, and then we'll have our Super Bowl prediction, maybe an MVP award or two before we get into the Cowboys-Eagles to start off.
That's right, dude. Football tomorrow, dude.
NFL season, kind of nuts. But we have today, Tony, the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it. Yep.
And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight. And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Hey, all right. And by the way, shout out to Josh B in the building saying, yo, what up, fan? He says, Nelson also says good morning. And Josh B acknowledging Nelson there. And I know Josh B riled up Yankees yesterday, the 12-game stretch. Here we are. And you take the first game and you take it decisively. Music to all of us Yankee fans' ears here. Max Fried dominant in the 7-1 victory. Wow. 7 innings, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, 3 walks. So has really honed it in. I think at this point it's 20 innings and 2 earned runs his last 3 starts. So obviously he's been absolute money at a time where the Yankees have really needed it. So, in the offense carrying him this game, so Blackburn able to finish the final 2. It's amazing. Here we are, September Cubs. Blackburn still on the roster. We'll see how long that lasts for. But speaking of the offense, the tone in this game was set early and often. After a scoreless inning for both teams in the first. Yankees got to work in the second inning. Trent Grisham, who we'll hear from later in this game, led off the second with a single. Anthony Volpe, what do you know? He struck out. Breaking news. And then Jazz Chisholm, who's been on an absolute heater, Tony, one of 2 home runs last night. So Jazz was jacked up, absolutely demolished the baseball. And for Jazz last night, that first home run, his 27th of the season. So Jazz has been unbelievable since the Yankees traded for him last July. So that really set the momentum, and the Yankees really took it from there. Caballero did double after that and stole third base, but they were unable to get him in. So 2-0 going in the second. Fried dialed in 1-2-3 there in the second. Yankees nothing in the third. Bottom three, this was great. So the Astros, this looked like it could be that inning where, Max Fried is pitching well. And then a couple things, and what do you know? We're into trouble here. But Dubon with the leadoff walk, how many times leadoff walk, come back to score. Salazar hit by a pitch. So first and second, nobody out. But how about Jeremy Pena? Looked like he's Anthony Volpe laying down a bunt. Bunts into a fielder's choice here, right back to the pitcher. So they get the lead runner at third. And then Carlos Correa, grounds out. So, you got a runner on first and third, 2 outs, and then Fried getting out of it with a ground out from Jose Altuve. Fourth inning, Yankees not able to get anything going other than a Jazz single and steal. Fried again, 1-2-3 in the fourth. And then fifth inning, Yankees, do the damage and really blow this thing open after Austin Wells, again, breaking news, striking out looking. You get Paul Goldschmidt walking, Cody Bellinger singling, Judge singling, Stanton striking out. But you got 2 outs, bases loaded, Trent Grisham up, Crawford boxes, Tony, opposite field shot here, 358 feet, 6-0. How many home runs for Grisham this year? 29.
He's having a great year, dude.
Unbelievable what Grisham has done.
Like 65 ribbies, I think.
Yeah. Really, really just taking this game to another level. So 6-0. And then I don't know if you saw this, and if you even want to pull up the replay or if you saw it already. Did you see everybody's talking about today how before that grand slam was given up,
yes,
the catcher, wanted to get Valdez off the mound. He doesn't listen, gives up the grand slam, and the next pitch, purposely crossing him up, hitting, looked like he called for a curve, throws the fastball, hits him right in the wrist. After seeing that play, and we'll take another look at it here. I mean, what was your thoughts there? I mean, that to me, that looked very obvious that was on purpose, but I can't believe that's like maniac, like psychotic behavior to do something like that.
Yeah, dude. And I think it was totally on purpose. I know he said it after the game. He, denied, and did it on purpose. So you
die, right?
Exactly. You die with the lie, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. I mean, again, I can't be like, but I mean, you look at the fucking tape. We're gonna watch the tape actually. And it's like, I don't know, the tape like tells a different story, dude.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Obviously, it is tough, dude. Because I mean, not for nothing. I mean, whatever he was waving off at Valdez for, like, it clearly distracted him in the grand slam. You're not happy. Obviously, Valdez, the homer, no good. Career 7 ERA or something, or 5.7 ERA against the Yankees, or something like that. But in any case, let's take a look here. So I guess that is.
So the pitch, but right before that, yeah, exactly.
I guess it didn't show. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the wave off, stop. What's going on?
Gives
and then
the
grand slam.
But the reason that he was tight is meaning that he thinks that like made him throw the pitch bad. That's what he's saying.
Absolutely.
Which is like, I don't know.
There's the next pitch, which I mean, dude, I mean, you can't, I mean, come on. I mean, look at the demeanor of
the catcher.
he's like, what the fuck was that? And even, dude, let's go back to it, dude. Yeah, here's the pitch, dude. And look at Valdez, dude. He throws it and he just fucking turns, bro. He's like, So it's like, like, come on. I mean, I know it's like you want to deny to the media, but everyone out on the field kind of knows what's going on there.
Yeah.
Which is tough. I mean, you don't want to see that at all, I guess.
But I just think for a veteran pitcher like Valdez, that's unacceptable. That's bad for the team. You'd hope they work it out, but that's something that could rear its ugly head.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that can't be good for the locker room, but also, I mean, I don't know. I mean, clearly there was a miscommunication between, him and the catcher, because whatever reason the catcher was waving off that pitch. I don't know if it was a pitch comm issue. He was confused about the call. He didn't know it was coming, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's honestly a scenario I've never seen that before, really.
No,
it's tough, dude. But yeah, bad for Valdez.
But good for us.
He could have owned up to it, in the moment, like I just did what I shouldn't have done or whatever, dude.
That's a pretty bad look, though. That's like anger management, like you're psychotic. Like,
yes,
you're trying to hurt one of your own players.
No, yeah, I understand that. No, yeah, that is like kind of crazy to think about it, because it's like almost like, I mean, you're throwing like 100-mile-an-hour ball at someone who's not ready. Like that's kind of like Like you are aiming to hurt them possibly.
Right.
But still, I mean, don't you think it looks worse that he's like kind of like obviously, arguably lying about it now?
Yeah.
Not good, dude.
No.
Not good.
But yeah, and then so after that, the Yankees, well, Fried, first of all, striking out the side after a single given up to Smith in the fifth. So 6-0 after 5. Yankees offensive in the 6th, other than a Wells double, not able to get anything going there. Astros finally strike in the 6th. Correa with a leadoff single. Altuve with the ground up, move him over to second. Walker singles first and third. But then there's a fielder's choice. They get the lead runner at second. Correa scoring, so 6-1, and then they got out of the inning. 7th inning, another 1-2-3 for the Yankees offensively. Bottom 7, one of the best plays of the year for a pitcher after a leadoff walk to Smith, Dubon reaching on an infield single, Salazar grounding into a double play. I believe he tried to bunt and then Fried catching it in the air, doubling Dubon off first, and then they get Pena the ground out. So, stopping the momentum again. That was the difference. And a lot of times I do notice this. Obviously, I'm watching pretty much every game here, where the difference in the Yankee wins and losses, those times when there's runners on, 1 out, 2 outs, and you're pitching, and then you get an out or 2. So there's 2 outs, just that third out of the inning before the unraveling. I mean, that's the difference in the game. And the Astros had a couple of opportunities here to score. They don't. And then Jazz tanks one, as Dave Sims said, 20 rows back to right field in the 8th, 384 feet. We mentioned Blackburn closing it out. But just a huge win for the Yankees. And how about this? Yankees, not 9, but they have won 8 in a row in Houston. So that's kind of impressive. Obviously, regular season. So huge win. Red Sox win. Blue Jays win. So just a win you needed. And now it's nice. Now you've put yourself in a situation where just win one out of the next 2 games. You win this series. And the whole thought was this 12-game stretch, win the series. So, and I said, set the tone. You set the tone yesterday. And it is interesting, Tony. A lot of times, there's so many key cogs on this offense. But I don't think it's any coincidence. We know how important Judge, Stanton, and Bellinger are. But it does seem like every time that Trent Grisham and Josh Chisholm have big games, the Yankees win.
Yeah. No, you're right. Obviously, the Judge thing kind of speaks for itself, but to what you were saying, I was looking at Grisham's stats obviously this morning because I was like, oh wow, the Grand Slam, whatever, which is his second in 5 games, right?
And third of the year.
The 29 home runs, the 60 ribbies, he's batting like what, 250 or something. He's having an absolutely stellar season, dude. Really, you couldn't ask for more from him.
Yeah. No, it's been unbelievable, and I was kind of saying it's a given. They're gonna let him go out the season. Now, I don't know. I don't know if you could just automatically say that's the right move. And I know you have like Dominguez and Jones, who you could always explore trading. And I know people would maybe lean Jones. I don't know, just because Dominguez is hasn't been great, but hasn't been terrible this year.
Is Trent here for just the season?
Yes.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Tony? I guess it just see how the season finishes out. Because it was before it was pretty much a given he's not coming back. But it's like, how do you ignore the fact that this guy just gets big hit after big hit after big hit, plays a good defensive outfield? How do you ignore that when it comes? And I know we're way ahead of ourselves here, but I'm just saying, right? It has to be at least under consideration at this point.
Yeah, I guess so. It's tough, dude. I guess. I don't know. You got those prospects you want to bring up. Like, do you rather have Trent Grisham at this point?
I guess it depends what you could get for Jones, right?
Do you think maybe sign him to a short-term deal?
It's just, I think the problem is, this is Trent Grisham's career payday, under 30, free agency, career year. I think it's at least 4 years, 100 million, right? Or no?
Yeah. I was hoping to say 3, but
but just being realistic, to have clutch home runs, hit over 30 home runs, play good. It's like, it's going to be over 100 million. It just is.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know if that's worth it for the Yankees to do that though, dude.
But it's like,
how do you let him walk?
Yeah. Well, I think the thing that will cement in terms of them going after him in free agency is if he has a big October. Because then it's
Oh, yeah,
you know what
very
I
true, very
mean?
true.
Because it's like, think about how long we spend talking about guys who can't do it in New York. And so you finally have someone in your building that can, and then you just kind of say, and I know you want to get the better of contracts and stuff, but I'm just saying it's something to at least consider. Of course, I'm excited for Jones and Dominguez, and I think Dominguez too, the only thing that was a negative with Grisham having this type of year is he really has not got the consistent at bat. So I don't think we could really determine anything in terms of what type of ceiling Jason Dominguez is going to have either.
That's right.
But it's just an interesting situation because Bellinger, Grisham, it's going to be interesting. And then also I was talking to, I think, Matt yesterday. I think really, and I know they're not, but really, once Judge is healthy, I mean, their best lineup. I know there's some defensive concerns, but it's Bellinger at first base, Rice at catching, and then having Grisham, Judge, and Dominguez in the outfield with Stanton DH.
Okay, I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Don't you like Bellinger in the outfield though?
I do, but I just think, Wells and Goldschmidt. I don't know. Goldschmidt maybe against lefties, but it's something to consider, right? I mean, at the end of the day.
A lot to consider here.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, you love to see this, and you want to just keep it going. And then also, too, Red Sox winning yesterday, but possibly losing the war. Roman Anthony leaving with oblique tightness. Usually, that's an injured list stint. We'll see how severe it is. I don't think it looked great.
No.
But that is a negative for them. And then, obviously, I'm sure he's going to be fine. But Garrett Crochet, I think, gave up 7 runs yesterday. So, this is massive, this stretch right now. And it's nice that the Yankees just keep winning. I mean, they've had the best record in the league, going on 2.5, 3 weeks now. So, I mean, winning tonight is so imperative, Tony. I mean, it really changes the narrative. There's your series, Josh B. If you win the game tonight. I mean, obviously not going to be easy. This could be a Charlie Morton versus the Mets type of game tonight. Because you have a pitching matchup of Will Warren, who it seems like, against the bad teams, Will Warren has some good starts, good teams hammered, 8-6, 4.30, going up against Jason Alexander. No, not from Seinfeld, but 4-1, 4.61.
Nice one.
So, I just think there's going to be some runs scored here. So the bats have to be hot again. And you just hope that Will Warren can give you 6 innings, maybe a 3 earned run ball, right? I mean,
yeah, I didn't know you were a Seinfeld guy.
No, I mean, I've probably watched here or there, but just heard that on the radio this morning, so I had to bring it into here. Come on.
I was excited a little bit. Seinfeld, good show. They say it's like the best sitcom ever made.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
No, it's not that I can't do it. I don't know. I guess I probably would like it if I watched it through, but there's just not a lot of time with sports to watch too many shows. That's the only thing.
That's true. Seinfeld's a big Mets fan anyway. So.
Oh yeah. So that kind of does it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited for that 8-10 tonight. Yankees favorites here, -130. So let's keep the good times rolling, Tony. And I know for you, maybe not for John Pollock, the good times continuing for the New York Mets, a dozen in Motown yesterday.
Yeah, dude, hold on to your hats because it was getting a little bit crazy in Detroit yesterday. Obviously, the offense, 12 runs being scored, kind of crazy. Anticipated, obviously, as the offense has been very hot. The bullpen game here for the Tigers, not great. And let me tell you, I mean, the scoring got off very early and often. Top of the first, Alonso solo shot makes it 1-0. But bottom of the first, obviously we know about McLean here. Nolan coming in, 4th start, comes in, and doesn't really have his stuff, and it's actually really interesting, dude, because he talked about it after the game. Going into the game, I guess for whatever reason, with practice, warm-ups, whatever, didn't have a lot of confidence in his sweeper, in his slider. And because of that, I mean, he's given up runs almost immediately. A couple base hits, quite a few base hits, actually. Torkelson eventually with the RBI single to score Carpenter. And after that, Perez with another single to score Green. And all of a sudden, you're seeing this 2-1. It looks like, honestly, Nolan McLean here was going to have one of those starts where it's like, all right, this was going to be it, where kind of struggles a little bit, kind of, I guess, coming back down to earth a little bit. But I don't know, man. I mean, the way this guy conducts himself, the way he speaks to the media, it seems like almost nothing is like phases him,
Mhm.
And I think he really, was evident. I mean, ever more so last night, if not, during his first 3 starts, because after that he kind of dials in. And he goes to his cutter, he goes to his fastball, dude. And I mean, those two pitches were it wasn't fair to some of the batters. I mean, he comes out probably after, I want to say, the 3rd inning, a completely new man, changes up his pitches, which I guess he does have plenty he can go through. And you're talking about, fastball with, a 4-seamer with like a little bit of movement on it at 95. And then he'll throw the exact same pitch that's a sinker at 91. And that thing, it just seems like a few feet out in front of the plate, it just drops on players. I mean, the vertical movement is something we've talked about a lot. And like I said, a lot of the, the Detroit announcers here just drooling. And a lot of the batters just looking absolutely foolish. Obviously McLean there ends up, figuring it out after giving up those first 2 runs, ends up going 6, with just those 2 earned runs being given up, 3 hits, 7 Ks, 3 walks, only throwing 90 pitches too. So pretty efficient. But boy, I mean, I mean, to see him come out against that lineup after giving up those early runs, I mean, that was the first time you saw Nolan go through some adversity, and he definitely just buckled down, knew what to do, changed his approach, and he just absolutely dialed it. And then later on, you're seeing the sweeper, the slider come in. All of a sudden, maybe like batters are expecting the fastball, they're fouling it off, curveball out of nowhere, strikeout. It's just absolutely ridiculous. The movement that he has. And once he got his confidence back, I mean, he was totally dialed in. And then speaking of dialed in, you had the offense, which was obviously 12 runs, absolute powerhouse here. A lot of it came in the 4th inning here. Leadoff walk here to Soto. Alonso grounds out, but the Nimmo singles. Soto ends up going to 3rd. Vientos is walked here. Nimmo to 2nd. Base is juiced here. McNeil takes a 4-seam fastball, jumps on it, ropes it to right field, scores Soto, tying the game at 2 here. Mullins hit the sac fly to score Nimmo 3-2. And then how about Torrens here, homering to right after that, scoring Vientos and McNeil. It was a 4-seamer high, Torrens sitting on it. And that's a 6-2 ball game. Just like that, after that, Lindor strikes out to end the inning, but still it's a 6-2 ball game. You feel really good. I mentioned obviously Nolan here figuring it out, bottom of the 4th, 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout. They bring in Horn here at the top of the 5th. It was a pretty easy inning for him. More scoring though started for the Mets here in the 7th, as this was the big 6-run inning they needed to break open the game, and they did exactly that early and often. Chris Paddock, a familiar face here, pitching here for Detroit, and he gives up back-to-back homers. Juan Soto with his 35th, and then Alonso with his 32nd. Watch out, dude, because it's people were saying, not jinxing anything, for the first time in Mets history they could have 2 players with 40 home runs and over 100 RBIs.
Wow.
Which would be pretty wild, dude. But obviously those 2 solo shots, 8-2. I mean, absolute dominance. Mets fans, which there are plenty of, by the way, in Detroit, I'm coming to find, absolutely riled here at the ballpark. Nimmo with a single after that. Vientos doubles, runners 2nd and 3rd, no outs. McNeil RBI single. Sorry, a 2 RBI single, makes it 10-2. Beatty had an RBI single. Lindor with a sac fly, 11-2, 12-2. Soto with a single. They bring in Tommy Canley, who gets Alonso, who makes his way back around to the batting order here to ground out, fielder's choice. Soto's out at 2nd, ends the inning, but obviously damage is done. And then at that point, it was just garbage time, dude. Bottom of the 9th, Herget, who was in there since the 7th, I guess. Obviously, Mendoza not really trying to use many bullpen pieces. Does have to go to Stanek after Herget gives up 3 runs. That's the 12-5 score there. Stanek comes in. Nothing is ever good about Stanek. Gives up a single here to Dingler. Sweeney flies out, though. Definitely a little uneasy there. Of course, Stanek, the pitches, wild, the control, not there. So I don't really care that we used him. Ends up getting Keith to fly out to left to end the game, but it's 12-5, just like that. You're taking 2 here from the Tigers at home, which is pretty wild. And then obviously the fact that your offense has been so freaking hot is great. You got McLean, who, I mean, just looks unstoppable right now, which is absolutely ridiculous. I think you can definitely say he's earned himself a postseason start. The Mets here, obviously winning back-to-back games. You're 6-4 in your last 10 right now. Yes, you still are 5.5 games back from Philadelphia. But you know what, dude? That wild card is looking more and more solidified. You want a lot of momentum going into the playoffs, which you have right now offensively. You really can't speak to how high the offense has been, which is great, dude. And I had this stat that I wrote down last night. Okay, there we go, dude. Mets have scored 10 or more runs in 5 of their last 12 games, dude. So offense hot. Their runs in scoring position, they've been batting .562 with runners in scoring position during those games, which obviously I think at this point, actually, I want to say they're second across the league, second half RISP, and they were second to last, right, in the first half, just above the White Sox.
Yeah,
I mean, talk about a tale of two teams. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's been great. So I mean, obviously taking advantage. Terrence has been hot. He's been great. You've seen Alonso, good defense at first base, diving plays, making a nice easy throw to McLean, who's covering first, which was nice to see that. Alonso, the ha-ha afterwards, because everyone knows he's been sucking at it. So it just seems like, vibes right now, all-time high. Obviously you want to keep the good times rolling. You got Casey Mize, Clay Holmes tonight. We'll get to the preview. But honestly, like Casey Mize he's been looking kind of like Clay Holmes, honestly, for the most part of the season. So he looks hittable. Because again, I mean, you're right now, you're still in that sentiment. If your name isn't really David Peterson or Nolan McLean or really necessarily Jonah Tong, it seems like that the Mets are going to have offense to win this game, to win games in general. So hopefully that, keep the good times rolling here, make it 3 in a row, sweep the Tigers, which I definitely didn't expect myself to be saying. So, right now, New York baseball, all-time high right now, Brian,
yeah,
which is great.
And that's, listen, I mean, it's one day yesterday, but, seems like it's a trending positive in general. That's why I always say, it's a long season, and as bad as it ever seems, until you're out, you're in. And that's what makes baseball great, right?
Exactly, dude. And I mean, I feel like just like, we were talking about with the divisional previews in football. I mean, I feel like, this postseason is just going to be so freaking competitive, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's so tough to pick an outright winner. I mean, not for nothing, you would have thought like maybe Detroit is making the World Series. Right now, it's like, I don't know, dude.
Right.
Right.
No, exactly.
If they don't have consistently good pitching here, like they're going to get hammered from some teams.
Right. So, going to be really interesting to see how it all falls. But like you said, it's exciting. And I love Donna Lee here, riled for the 9 and Seinfeld. What do we got?
That's right. She says, good morning, all, laughing at, I believe, the 29 home runs for Trent Grisham. And then she says, you all should keep up the Beatles' number 9 song from the White Album when you are going to say number 9. I know Brian, not a big fan of the Beatles. That's fine. And then Donna coming in here, speaking of not being a fan of Seinfeld, says Jason Alexander is a tool, which is crazy. I'm most surprised. I feel like Donna would have liked Seinfeld.
And I love it, though, just from the general standpoint. And like I said, I don't have a problem with Seinfeld. Maybe if I watch more, I would. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd really like it. Whatever. But I just love the whole, like, going against the grain, because I just think there's certain shows, certain movies, everybody just waxes poetic about it. It's like, listen, there's 2 sides to everything.
I do understand that, but you definitely, I mean, I kind of support Seinfeld being like the greatest show ever made.
I could see, though, and I've watched more of it, so maybe it's a little biased, and I did see him in person, but I could see King of Queens being better.
Oh yeah, I could see that too. I mean, listen, that show is also freaking hilarious. I mean, that is like, it's like a number 1, number 2 there. I honestly put King of Queens even above Friends for me. I'm not. I know you like Friends, right? Grew up watching it, sister.
So yes, but I have watched the episode so many times. So like, would I ever really want to watch one again? Not necessarily. I'm not big with like the and going. You know what I mean? So unless it's Sopranos, of course, or Entourage. But anyway, that's good stuff. Do we have the picks updated from
dude? We do have the picks updated, dude. And I did gain a game on you last night.
What was it?
What was it?
Like, what was the
What was the
win-loss?
kicker? I guess so. So for you had Yanks under 1-1. Dodgers in the under is what killed you because Dodgers loss hit the over. So that was the 0-2
9-7.
spot. But then you had the Boston over. So that was 3-3 on the day. I had Mets over 2-0, Cubs under 2-0, Seattle in the under 0-2. So it was 4-2 in the day. We are both 45 and 37.
What do you know?
So
What do you
just
know?
like this MLB season, dude, neck and neck.
And I believe you're starting today, right?
I thought I started yesterday.
No, well, you start. No. Because remember, you started with the Mets on Monday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So let's do another edition of the MLB pick segment brought to you by Velvet Llama. Drink up.
That's right, dude. The Mets will be drinking up tonight. Why? Because their game's at 1 o'clock today. Got the early start here on this beautiful Wednesday. I mentioned the matchup previously. Clay Holmes, Casey Mize here, 1:10 p.m. Casey Mize, again, I mean, you'll get these two years from these two pitchers somewhat similar. Casey Mize, 12-5, solid record, 3.95 ERA. Clay Holmes coming in at 11-6 with a 3.60 ERA. And you'll get Casey Mize's last few starts. Got popped, I think, against the Athletics. 3 1/3, 5 earned runs. I mean, look at Kansas City, 5 2/3, 3 earned runs. Minnesota, good one. I guess you could say 6 1/3, 4 earned runs, 10 Ks. Some good strikeout stuff there. But clearly not necessarily going the distance consistently. Really, the parallel between him and Clay Holmes is pretty crazy. Honestly, I would have thought Casey Mize had a better season going for himself, being the first-round pick for Detroit. But nonetheless, I think the Mets can have this one pretty handily. I know I hate to use the word handily, but I think just the offense is going to be red hot again. Torrens has been red hot. That'll continue. You may see the 38th homer from Juan Soto, dude. Obviously killing it right now at the home run pace. And also you can think of, you'll get, some of the career here against Casey Mize. Juan Soto, not a lot of at-bats, but 1 for 3 on the year. Alonso, 2 for 3 on the year. Two batters who were hot last night have done well against Casey Mize. So it should be interesting to see what happens. Again, you'd imagine somewhat similar start from Clay Holmes, 5 1/3, 3 earned runs. Hopefully he can go 6. Again, Tigers, not a huge offensive team. We said they were, relying on a lot of good pitching here this season. And I don't think they're going to necessarily get it here from Mize. I think the bullpen kind of holds it down. You'll probably see Diaz, who I would imagine will be lights out. Because I feel like you look at Diaz, there's some start or some appearances where he looks kind of rocky, but I feel like he always bounces back the next one. Hasn't had too many poor consecutive appearances this season, obviously being one of the better closers around the league. So I'd say give me that, dude. In the 9th, you'll see Diaz close it out. Mets end up winning this game. I'm going to say 6-4. So I'll hammer the Mets, hammer the over. Sweep, Broom, let's go. Pollock.
All right. Let's get closer to a sweep in Houston. Yankees, Warren, Alexander, we know. Total at 9.5, which I think it's safe to say it's going to go over. And it's safe to say Yankees win again. Like I said, the Warren, the 6 innings, the 3 earned. Alexander, though, 3 1/3, 6 earned runs. And I think at the end of the day, this is going to be a Yankee 6-4 victory. Aaron Judge, Crawford boxes,
There we
first
go.
inning setting the tone. But yeah, I think they just, set the tone early. Bullpen locks it down late. David Bednar, Luke Weaver, maybe a Tim Hill spot.
There we go.
Yeah, so we're going to say Yankees and the over.
It's a late game, right? 8 o'clock?
8:10.
8:10, dude. Yanks over, by the way. I gotta write that down. All right, dude. Next game here for me. I don't know, kind of tough, dude. It's like, where do you really go? Some of these seem like kind of washes, though. Some of them maybe kind of close. Oh, God, I hate seeing the Phillies, the 80 wins. I say give me the Phillies losing here. Why not, dude? Aaron Nola, the injury coming back, not great. 3-7, 6.47 ERA. I know it kind of looked like he was maybe going to come back to form here. You thought, the second start against Washington, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Gets knocked around a little bit against Atlanta. And obviously here against the Brewers, who'll be facing more of a powerhouse offense. The 85-win Milwaukee Brewers looking to put the Phillies away after losing to them last night. last night, 10-8. Kind of tough, dude, when you think about it. But in any case, I say the Brewers are going to take it, dude. I think Quintana, I don't know, maybe a quality start out of him. 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Aaron Nola maybe goes the distance, but gives up 5 on his own. Quintana, honestly, last time out, not great, dude. But I think offensive explosion here. Hammer the over, which is set at 8.5 for sure. Give me the Brewers. I'm going to say Yelich. Why not? Walks it off. 28th dinger of the year. Make it a 3-run homer. Putting the Brewers up. I'll say 10-7. Brewers over, walk off. Book it, baby.
All right. I'm going to go to sunny San Diego. The Padres, the Wednesday matinee series finale. Nestor Cortez versus Cade Povich. And similar ERAs. But Nestor did have that good start against the Dodgers. Hammered last time against the Twins. Thinks he bounced back here, though, because the Padres have lost 4 to 5, including 3 in a row, 2 straight to Baltimore here. They're not going to get swept at home. Despite those 2 straight losses, still 43-24 at Petco Park. Nestor, 7 strong, 2 earned, 9 strikeouts. And I think the Padres put up 5, give up 2. So we're going to say Padres and the under.
Padres, and the under. SD under. All right. So third game, last game for me here. Do you just fade the White Sox? I don't know. The Twins. Charlie Horton, a relation to Charlie Morton. Oh boy. I guess why not, dude? Need to happen. Want it to happen. Sorry, Brian. But give me the Blue Jays here. Shane Bieber will be towing the slab for Toronto, which is still kind of weird to say. Last time out there against Milwaukee, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs. Held it together for the most part. And then obviously pitched well against Miami before that. Obviously, that's all you got from him so far this season. But nonetheless, through 2 starts, 2.38 ERA, excuse me. I think you're going to see some quality Shane Bieber here tonight. 7 innings of no earned run ball, fanning 11 Reds, seeing red. The Blue Jays here will put up 5. They'll give up maybe 1 in the 9th. So give me the Blue Jays. Give me the under. Zach Littell, not a good night for him.
All right. Going to go back to the well. They're too good to lose again to the Pirates, even though kind of crazy. Get lost in translation. The Pirates, terrible 62-77, but 40-30 at home, while the Dodgers are actually under 500 on the road, 33-34. I don't care, though. And Ohtani, I guess, historically fast, 100 home runs with the Dodgers, whatever. But anyway, he's pitching. I think he'll go 5, strikeout 9. And I think the Dodgers have one of those offensive games. Freddie Freeman, grand slam.
Wow.
I think it's a 10 spot for the Dodgers. Dodgers win 10-2. Dodgers and the over. And just like that, 6-pack MLB pick segment brought to you by the old Velvet Llama. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. And before we get to the grid, I'm just saying this is awesome right now. Football tomorrow and every game. It's been must watch all season, but just the importance, Tony, on every game. Because you know what? I hate the people in April, those naysayers, going, oh, it's April. Who cares? Well, now you can't say that. Right. It's like this is the playoffs right now.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, literally, dude, September right now, these races, especially for our teams, as well as many other teams making the wild card race, divisional races, it is. Every game counts right now, dude. And honestly, like, again, to go back to those people about April games, it's like, I mean, clearly those games matter now, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's why that stuff is so
nonsense. I hate people who say, I only watch playoff hockey. I only watch playoff baseball. I only watch baseball.
Well, do us a favor. Don't watch it all and don't talk about it.
Yeah, but don't talk to me.
Yeah, talk to somebody else. Talk to Kev Do about it, okay?
Talk to Josh B about it. I don't care.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, no, I'm pumped up. Last night was great, and really can't wait to watch tonight. Obviously, late game, whatever. When you're all in, right?
Exactly.
But it's gonna be a couple of late nights in a row because Yankees, and then I gotta actually check. tomorrow, is that a late game too?
Let's double check here.
Because you got the football too, so hopefully not, but I feel like it is, and it is 8:10. Oh no,
no, 7:40.
7:40. But either way,
but still,
it's the same
almost
thing head to head with the football.
Mhm.
But whatever. This is awesome. This is awesome.
This is awesome.
But I would say let's do another awesome edition here of the Immaculate Grid. So music back up. Yankees in the fold here, which is obviously my calling card. So we could start with a guy I've used before here. Yankees cards, Giovanni Gallegos.
Giovanni. Different.
No, or just do Gallegos. It'll come right up.
There you go. Oh, Giovanni with the Y.
There
dude.
you go. There you go.
0.8. Bang, dude.
And then how about Yankees Padres? Another favorite of mine. Wandy Parata.
Wandy, dude. Bang. 0.9.
And while we're on that theme here, Yankees Giants, Thairo Estrada.
Oh, there he goes. Bang. 2%, dude.
And then also moving left to right on the bottom there, Giants and Nationals, Livan Hernandez.
Levon, dude. Bang. 3%.
And then while we're hot here, Tony, we got some work to do on the other ones, but Silver Slugger cards, Matt Holliday.
Love that, dude. I got a Silver Slugger for the Giants.
What do we got?
Madison Bumgarner.
Let's see, I feel like this is gonna be a good one.
3%. Take it, dude.
Trying to think of Padres.
I mean, is Sheffield gonna be too much, you think?
He definitely has it.
Yeah, definitely remember Gary Sheffield
So then
getting
do it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's definitely for the Padres, though.
Definitely for the Padres.
Okay.
Yep, definitely for the Padres. Bang, 2%,
Love it.
baby.
Love
Let's
it.
go.
So 2 left already.
I got Nationals cards for you, my boy, Mark DeRosa.
Here we go.
Can never go wrong
Here we
with
go.
him. Bang, dude.
0.7. Wow.
Holy shit,
So
dude.
now Washington and the Padres.
Josh Bell? You think Josh Bell will be too much, too recent?
Let's try to be a little more unique.
Okay, let's try to be unique here.
Pitchers. Obviously, you had the Gore trade with Abrams. I know Gore pitched but I don't know if that'll be even higher because that was a recent trade.
McKenzie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also just trying to think about like journeyman. Like Nelson Cruz didn't play with the Padres. David Wells didn't pitch with the Expos.
No.
Just thinking about other guys who have played with the Padres or closers.
Brad Hand.
Yes.
Brad Hand.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, dude, let's go, dude.
It's funny how we just fall into these like things
yeah.
here. What was Hand there?
1%.
Wow. One of our
Hand,
best
dude.
ever, Tony.
Absolutely dialed for that
Love
one.
with the Yankees are in it. It's free money.
It's a breeze, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, I think what we got to do is we have a second, Tony. Let's do it again to kind of get in the football mindset here. Let's try another football grid.
Holy cow! All right, let's go to football,
And
dude.
get some type of music.
You want
Get
the
some type
music,
of
dude?
Music. That was like the quickest grid ever, by the way.
That must have been, dude.
And I have to get it up on my end. If there's anything you see,
Oh, gosh,
give it a
dude.
shout. But I will be active on this. I'm just waiting for my page to load here. We've got the cameras. All right. All right, let's think about this for a second. I know there's a lot. Okay, so Broncos, 49ers, Chargers,
Oh,
Raiders,
gosh,
Hall of
dude.
Fame. Okay, so Hall of Fame, I should be good at this. All right, so Hall of Fame, Broncos, Tom Jackson.
Tom Jackson.
Well, he didn't. Well, this is hard anyway, so whatever. All right, so now that's out the window, right? Gale Sayers, Hall of Fame Bears, bottom right. Gale, yep. Sayers. Yep,
Oh, Gale with the E.
there we go. All right,
5%.
that looks more like it. All right, and then let's see, Broncos, Hall of Fame. Obviously got Terrell Davis, John Elway, DeMarcus Ware. Try DeMarcus Ware.
3%. Wow, nice one, dude.
All right, and then the Raiders. Here. Oh no, but he's not. Wasn't a player. Damn it. All right. So you think about the Raiders. Way back, Rich Gannon not in. Boy, it feels like it's been a long time since the Raiders have been, have introduced somebody into the Hall. I don't think Kenny Stabler was made the Hall of Fame. I guess try. I don't know if Jack Tatum was on the Steelers.
Tatum?
But hold on, let me just try to think about this for a second, Tony. And then Broncos. Okay, so Broncos Chargers, I guess do Melvin Gordon. It'd probably be really high, but we're just filling out a grid at this point. So.
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, 62%. And then Chargers Bears, Keenan Allen. Another high one. Chargers Raiders, Khalil Mack.
Oh.
But I don't feel like it's important. Just get
just
names
on the board, dude. Yeah,
we know what's high, what's
get the
low.
juices going right now.
All right, so Bears and 49ers, Broncos 49ers. Think about this for a second. Wide receiver, running back. Broncos, but not the 49ers. 49ers, Raiders. I guess just do. It's going to be high, but they're all high. So Jerry Rice for Broncos. No. Jerry Rice. Did he appear in a game? I think he got cut. Actually, okay. So no. Just do Raiders, 49ers, Jerry Rice.
34%.
That was actually
lower than
right?
I thought. Yeah, definitely.
All right, so what do we got? 3 left here.
Yeah.
Broncos, 49ers. Like, there's got to be a running back, a tight end, receiver, or Hall of Famer. Got to be Hall of Fame Raiders. Like, who am I missing here? I'm trying to think guys who even played like on that Super Bowl team. Tim Brown.
Tim Brown
For the Hall of Fame.
Wow, 6%. Nice, dude.
All right, so 2 left. Broncos. I feel like quarterbacks they've had to have had similar greasy. I'm trying to think. Jake Plummer was not on the Niners. Kickers. Elam. Oh man, I just really want to get this. Broncos, 49ers. Running back, wide receiver, Terrell Owens didn't play for the Broncos. Brandon Marshall didn't play for the Niners. Tight end. What, you thought of somebody?
Well, no, I'm looking. I got nothing, dude. I'm looking them up at this point.
Also,
dude.
look them up and let me know.
I feel like there's one that another name that you've definitely said quite a few times.
Okay, active, not active.
Not active.
Which one is it for?
This is gonna be for Broncos Niners.
Okay, not active. What else?
Not active. Has won a Super Bowl.
Okay, what position?
Tight end.
Tight end. Okay. Okay, and when did they last play?
2019.
2019.
And it wasn't for either of these teams though. Played for the Niners first.
Who did he win the Super Bowl with?
Let's see, dude. It must be the Niners, I guess.
Oh, I thought you said it was for neither of these teams.
No. The Super Bowl. He last played for Washington.
Oh.
Yeah, is what I'm saying.
Vernon Davis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, dude.
There we go. And then let's just fill in the last one there.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess just start looking up the Bears 49ers. Okay. I know there's got to be guys. Just trying to think about it myself here. The Bears. Not Trey Lance. Cornerbacks. Kickers. There's got to be one guy that looks familiar on this list.
Yeah, there's one.
Okay. What's his? Give me some criteria here.
Last time active was 2023.
Okay.
Played for Cleveland then, actually.
Okay.
Wide receiver here. Obviously, Bears, San Francisco. Came up with Buffalo first, though.
Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver. Played with the Niners. 2023.
Boom, boom, boom.
Buffalo. I feel like. I guess just give me the initials.
MG.
MG, huh? And they
Yeah, production wasn't really high. Best season was 2017 with the Niners.
He's a first round pick?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
He is drafted in the third round by the Bills.
Third round by the Bills. MG. Damn. I might be stumping this one. This is the only one that looks familiar?
I mean, I guess to me right now, but I'm trying to see. I mean, that's not really a great one, I guess. I mean, I got another third round. This is a safety, though. You mean, yeah, kind of. Trying to look. I mean, there's only been 3 quarterbacks. It looks like no one really of note.
Josh Johnson didn't play for both teams.
Josh Johnson. I don't see a Josh Johnson here.
Okay, I know he played for San Francisco. All right. I guess unless just give me the last thing. I'm just curious if I know it from there. If not, then I just didn't know.
No Josh Johnson. His last name is Goodwin.
Oh, Marcus Goodwin.
Yeah.
All right. But at least, it's just an attempt, Tony. I just want to get to a point eventually
get the juices going,
where you
dude.
can fill this out and not get a 323.
Yeah, exactly.
A Michael Butka, like 323. But yeah, I don't know. Even though I know it's hard, don't you kind of just enjoy the challenge just slightly, Tony? Like,
yes, dude.
Not to spend an hour on it, but just
right. No, I mean, I'll do that. Dude. I mean, honestly, that's you fucking play. That's when you learn about the players, and then you can do it on your own.
Yeah, exactly. So, good stuff.
Ernie's calling in.
Ernie, let's get Ernie here.
Yeah,
maybe
we're getting Ernie on, dude. Stand by. Ernie for the grid. He's always behind,
Yeah. Tape delay.
He's probably on the NFL grid right now. He's like, yo, what are you doing, dude? Let me unmute you here. Ernie, you're live on the Sportsport. What's up, buddy?
What up, Ernie?
What's going on? I was late for the grid. I actually saw that you guys blew through that MLB grid, but like NFL grid, you're on your own. I have no idea how to help there.
It's a tough one, dude.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
Because I know you always say it's like you're like me with the Yankees with the Packers, right? It's just everything.
Yeah, like if it's anything with the Packers, pretty much anything that isn't Packers, I don't pay attention to. Like, that's
but
keep that in mind.
But you know what it is, Ernie? We've been doing the baseball grids for long, which I still want to do every day, but it's just kind of nice to try a different one, try to get like adaptable. Because me and Tony were a train wreck at the beginning, even the MLB, as much as we know about baseball.
Yeah.
But then just doing it over and over again, and obviously your help with stuff, you get so much more comfortable as time goes on.
I know with football season coming up, it's a good idea to do the the football grid.
That's
definitely.
Right.
Yeah. What did you think of the win in Houston last night?
I thought it was beautiful, and I wanted to come on here and say to those naysayers, the negative Nancys,
wait, who's that?
The fans that we've been dealing with all. the Josh. Let me see. Is there anybody else? The Brandon.
Call them.
They call them. They're not allowed to root for the Yankees until we win the series in Houston. And I don't want all this extra shit in the chat yesterday. I'm like, yeah, then tomorrow we have a 1-run loss and you guys are right back on the negative bandwagon. So like, nah, I'm straight.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's a shame, Ernie. I would have been there to chirp with you last night, but I've just been having this thing. I like having my group chats without the notifications on, so my phone doesn't go off a million times.
Mhm.
But every time I do that, then it's like 2 weeks at a time where I just get 50 messages at one time and I don't get them as they come. But now I undid that, so now I should be active in the chat. So hopefully we win tonight and more can be said. That's for sure.
I definitely think though that there should be some type of like conversation as to what happened with Valdez.
Yes, we were talking about that before. I was actually,
after-
I'm glad you asked that. I mean, to us, clear as day, no?
Oh, clear as day, bro. Like he tries to wave him off. Yeah, he throws the pitch anyway. Grisham hits the home run. The very next pitch, he throws a fastball that looks like it was being called for something else because the catcher just did nowhere near got his glove up in time. And then it was more, I think what was telling was the catcher looks at Valdez and Valdez just turns around. Like he doesn't even like no type of acknowledgement, my bad, whatever. No, just like turn around, still pissed at the fact he gave up the Grisham home run. Like I that's a good feeling. Like I feel like the Yankees are finally starting to cause some type of uncomfortability
For the other teams,
with some of these other teams.
Yeah. No, exactly. And really, Ernie, you got that. So, I mean, obviously that causes some type of drama in the clubhouse. Who knows how much? But at the end of the day, the facts are the facts. In the regular season, the Yankees have won 8 in a row in Houston. And then also the Roman Anthony injury. I mean, it looks like that's going to be the injured list. I mean, he's been really good for the Red Sox. So that could really help us out as well.
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, you don't ever want to hope that, you know, somebody gets injured or somebody gets hurt. Like, you know, we're not Chief, you know, we don't do that. But it's
facts are facts.
It does help.
Yeah.
Facts are facts. Like, it does help, you know. Crochet kind of got
lit
beat
up
around the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean, look, I've been saying this. I know we've been saying this. Me and you have been on the same accord when it comes to the Yankees. Right time, right place. Doesn't matter what happened the previous 130. It doesn't matter. Like we're here now and we're finally looking the way we looked in the beginning of the season. I mean, being able to put up, you know, 6 on Valdez, you know, Jazz is looking hot. Grisham is having an unbelievable year. You know, it's like a lot of the questions that people had about the Yankees, even in July and, you know, the beginning of August and all of that. Like, listen, things are starting to pan out. They're starting to work. Like, hell, even for the Mets, even on the other side of town, McLean and Tong look good.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, watch out.
So it's like, everybody got to watch out because last year the Mets went on a run late. The Yankees kind of limped into the playoffs. If we can get into the playoffs hot, I don't care who we face. I don't care who we're facing in whatever round. If the Yankees are hot, going into the playoffs, we are the most dangerous team in that playoffs. Simple.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, you know, I still just, and I've talked about it with Josh and JD so many times, and I just don't get why there ever was, like, I don't know, not everybody on the same page. Because I just feel like the whole time, Ernie, when me and you were talking about this, we never said, like, oh, yeah, it's a guarantee. It's going to happen. All we said is, well, we still got a good chance to do what we want to do. Why do you think that caused such a problem? I don't understand that.
It's PTSD, all right? So here's the thing. I'm going to give you a quick little rundown as to why people get like that, especially our close friends, okay? So when you are so used to taking L's in your sports life, you can't necessarily just, like, hold on to good. You know what I mean? Like, when good's happening, you can't just be like, all right, things are good. Let's maintain the pace. Let's keep it going and see where it ends up from here. No, it's we lost 4 in a row. The sky is falling. We're the Jets of the major league. We're the Knicks of the major. It's like, bro, like none of their other teams have seen much success. So when they feel like their only sense of happiness and their only source of success in the New York Yankees is also faltering and we haven't won in so long, they're so quick to just be like, oh, another year playoff exit. We're not going to do it anymore. We're not them. We're not this. We're not that. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
We're New York Yankees.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
We have a chance every single year.
Exactly. No. And I tried reasoning with Josh with that too, because I was like, Josh, like, I feel like your whole mindset is because when you grew up, Yankees were dominant, and of course we're not that team anymore. And to our expectations, the past 15 years have been disappointing. But all that being said, and we're not saying it's good enough, but we're still a premier organization in the sport, and I feel like that gets forgotten. Regardless if it's been 15 years, we're still far better than most teams in the league in terms of an organization and talent and money and resources.
If you really think about it all
Consistency.
together, too, like it happens in every sport.
Right.
It happens to every team in every sport. I mean, the Lakers had a dominant period. They're no longer dominant. Spurs had a dominant period. They're no longer dominant. You go to baseball. The Braves and the Yankees were the teams to beat in the 90s. And now look at it. They haven't won a championship in 15 years. I mean, bro, like, things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, the sport, like the tide changes. Like, hell, the Cubs got a World Series win. The Red Sox, you know what I'm saying? Like, people who the butt of jokes have gotten their championships. So it's like, bro, this is sports.
Yeah.
There is no you're not gonna win every single year. You're not gonna have a 6-7 year stretch where you pull off 4 or 5 titles again. That shit happens in bunches. We can't set that as the standard.
Right.
Like if in our lifetime, as adults, not as kids, like as adults being Yankee fans, in our lifetime, if we get one dynasty run, that's more than multiple generations of teams have gotten ever.
Right.
So it's like, bro, like take a step back. Yes, we hunger to be the best. We hunger to be the great. And you know what? Times we have had the best team, and just anything can happen in the playoffs. But this constant, like, floating dark cloud of just like, it's not gonna happen, bro. Like you're manifesting the negativity, bro. Like if all of the Yankee fans could just get on the same page and say, yo, we have a shot. We got to be able to build some positive vibes towards the team, bro. Like it's kind of crazy when you think about it. Yankees were up 9-0 and they're still booing Volpe.
No,
like,
and I had to bring this in because we were just talking about it. Josh, of course, a little defensive here. Isn't the point to win, not just be good enough to have a chance? You guys have to play very cool. But see, that's the thing. We didn't say that, Josh. We're just saying that we're in the conversation, so let's go. The first thing I said when I was talking about that, I said, not winning 15 years isn't good enough. I know Ernie agrees with me with that, but it doesn't take away my excitement, the possibility of being able to get over that hump every year when we're in the playoffs. So let's go. Like, right? Or no? Like, let's not go. Like,
this is the thing that pisses me off, though. Like, especially with Josh, especially with the people that we talk to all the time. Bro, we talk sports all the time. We talk Yankees off season. We talk about them through all the moves they've made. We talk about them through spring training. The expectations for the Yankees in 2025, set by most experts, was not even a fucking playoff.
Yeah, Jeff Passan cracking up like a little schoolgirl saying we're not going to make the
get what I'm
playoffs.
saying?
Waxing poetic about the Mets.
That's what I'm saying. Like this was the vision of what everybody had without Cole. We lost Soto.
Schmidt got injured.
We were supposed to be the laughing stock of the division after letting go Soto, and now look at us. Look at it. Possibly still being able to take the division.
Yeah.
Pretty much almost guaranteed a playoffs berth at this point. Like I don't think, unless there's a massive, like, I'm not even gonna say it, but
yeah, no, we're good, Ernie. We're good. We're winning the division. Come on, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's like the division is still there with all of the expectations of us having a flop of a year.
Right.
Bro, like we're still one of the best teams in the American League without Cole,
right.
without Schmidt, having Heel only for half of the season, struggling through July and August. How can anybody be a Yankee fan right now and not be excited as how they're going into October baseball? Like, how can you see what's happened in the beginning of the year? How can you deal with all of the uncertainty that we had to deal with all year long, just for now to us to be in a moment where we look good going into a playoff? We're beating playoff teams, all right? So now nobody can say, oh, we haven't beat a good team. We just went into Houston and tacked their ace for 6. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't just sit there and say, yo, the Yankees look good, let's go. Like at what point is it going to take for you to say the Yankees look good, let's go? Game 1 of the World Series?
Yeah,
come on,
exactly. And just a couple more here from Josh before we wrap this up. He says, Momo, my comment, nice, crying emoji. And then he says, Barnes is guaranteed a division. Here we go. But my whole thing, Josh, and I'm gonna get you there at some point. I know you're gonna say, no. Me and Ernie, whatever, we'll do it. But it just, as a fan, I want all my fellow fans, like all like in harmony and like be excited about the team and let's go. And it's like, there's time to complain, but that's in the off season. But right now it's not the off season. This is a stretch run. This is the best time of the year. So let's be excited about it and let's put the negative feelings aside and let's just go.
Are you guaranteeing the division?
Yeah. But just don't do a reel about it, Tony. Okay. All right. No, the classic thing is like, let's do a reel of a score prediction of me. Like, obviously, 40-50% of the time I'll be wrong. So I'm going to have everyone trolling me, but let's do that. Let's do the exact score prediction. I mean, come on. And then Josh adding to it, Valdez is in the race, Hunter Brown is. Wait, say that again?
What are you saying?
How many are we back right now?
2.5.
2.5? You
Yeah.
know what? Fuck it. I'm going with Barnes. We're going to win the division.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And it's like we got those games against Toronto this weekend.
Exactly.
We're a better team.
We're a better team right now, bro. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be able to talk to Josh right now. If Josh called me right now, I'd have to hang up on him.
Yeah.
Come
on, Josh. Josh, I'm getting you riled up, all right? No more negative. We're throwing that out the window, okay? We could save that for the Jets this year. But yeah, so I'm pumped. Let's go tonight. Let's see what happens. But Ernie, outstanding call. Always good to hear from you. And definitely give us a call back again soon.
Absolutely. Love you guys. Let's go Yankees. And
Let's
Tony.
go Mets, dude.
Let's go Yankees.
Fuck the Mets.
Yeah, peace.
The great Ern Dini. So that's a good way to end the show. Vibes through the roof.
Great
Let's
guy.
run it back from last night. And then I'm just thinking about this, Tony. Is there gaming corner tonight or no?
There is gaming corner tonight.
What we
7
got?
o'clock, normal time. I think we're going to run it back with Ghosts of Tsushima. Dude.
Shashima. 7 p.m. Mr. Greenwood in the building or
Yes, Joey will be here.
with Michael?
With Michael, yes, of
Yes.
course, dude.
All right.
It's going to be sick.
So let's go. Definitely check that out. And thanks for everybody for tuning in today and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch at DowntimeTV.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees,
Let's go
Josh,
Mets.
and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.